Hello, everybody on YouTube. How are you doing? So, this is actually my writer's side of my channel. I haven't really put too many videos up on this side because I've been doing a lot of video game stuff for video game people. So, I have videos there too. So, this one is pretty much a topic I actually want to talk about. So much that, I got my coffee ready. Some good dark roast. So, what I want to talk about is this shocking discovery that I made a few days ago. And this article actually came out a few days ago too, but yeah, I saw it on Yahoo News actually. So I decided to kind of read it and just kind of read the article and just kind of do some more research on it. But apparently, the main protagonist from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was originally black, according to Roald Dahl's widow. So she came out. She spoke to the BBC, and she basically told them, yeah, that originally Charlie, the main protagonist in the story, was supposed to be a little black kid, as opposed to being a little white kid. Yeah. So I know, and if you're watching this, I know I was just as shocked as you were when I found this out. So I do have the article here. Um, So, and I'm just going to kind of read some of this article because, like, a lot of this is really interesting. Um, so, pretty much, like, it says right here, Roald Dahl originally wanted the eponymous hero of this much loved children's book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, to be black, is what it said. In an interview with BBC Radio 4's Today program for Roald Dahl Day on Wednesday, Licky Doll or Lychee Doll. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. She said his first Charlie that he wrote about was a little black boy, again opposed to a little white boy. When she was asked why it was changed, she replied, "I don't know. It's a great pity." And then if we go further down here, um, the revelation about Dahl's original wish for Charlie may surprise those who accuse the author of racism in relation to the book. The allegations stem from the fact that the Oompa Loompas in the original version were black pygmies from Africa. So, pretty much what happened was he. So originally, Charlie was supposed to be like he's supposed to be like a little, little black boy from a poor neighborhood who basically uh, gets his golden ticket, and he pretty much has like his dreams finally revealed or finally realized, I should say. So so I guess what they decided to do was change it because I actually read further into this too that the his agent actually came out and said that writing a little black boy as the protagonist of this story would diminish sales. Like it wouldn't do that good. Which I could kind of, I mean, it doesn't make it right necessarily that they would look at it like this, but at the same time, we got to understand one thing about this, and that is the time period. I mean, the climate at the time back in. Well, when was this book published? I think this book was published in 19. This was published in 1964. So there was still kind of like a little bit of a racial tension. I mean, it wasn't as bad as it was, like say in the 20s or 20s through the 50s, but the 60s were still kind of a big thing. So racism was still rampant. Racism was still like a really big face. Um, when we actually get down to the nitty gritty, when we actually look at that type of social climate back in that day. So I could kind of understand why this character was changed. I mean, would we have been surprised if they remade Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, as they keep calling it now? And it turns out that we cast a little black kid now as the main character, knowing now, having it revealed to us now that the initial character was supposed to be black in the first place. Who knows, man? I mean, these types of things are kind of, I mean, they're kind of, it's standing on shaky ground if you think about it. I mean, a black character being represented in this really iconic story. I mean, look at Stephen King's adaptation of The Dark Tower. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of people making controversy out of Idris Elba being, Roland the Gunslinger. Yet, when Stephen King originally wrote it, Roland was, in fact, a white guy, and actually he was. And on top of that, Roland was modeled after Clint Eastwood. For those who didn't even know that. So I mean, it's kind of a touchy subject when we think about something like this. When we think about something like the case of a main character being changed for the sake of their race, which is the case with this story. I mean, they just the agent publishing companies, they just did not feel at the time that a little black kid as the main character of this eventually beloved story that a lot of people recognize and they enjoy. They've made several remakes out of that. It was that he was going to. He used to be a black kid, um, and and again the agents, the publishing companies, they looked at this, they picked it up, and they're like, you know what, Roald Dahl, this is not going to work. This is not going to work at all. No, you can't not make him a black kid. He has to be a white kid because that's what's going to get the sales in. People want to look at this as people are probably not even going to read this book if they find out you wrote a white kid. But then it's funny because yeah, he was like, I believe Roald Dahl was accused of like racism for his Oompa Loompas. That was like one of the controversies. But then finding this out, you're like, whoa! So he was supposed to make his. He was trying to push a black character, and yet nobody wanted to accept that. I mean, it kind of makes you. It kind of makes people who like really like accuse this guy of racism just kind of double back and go like, wait a minute, is that true? Is that the case? Or I mean, or is his no? Is his? Am I completely taking his widow's word for this? It's kind of rough because I'm not really sure how true she's being. And I'm not trying to put nothing on her. If she's telling the truth, that's all fine and dandy. I mean, this is actually kind of like a clear revelation for me, to be honest with you, and probably for those that are watching this video. But I'm just simply saying, like, if that's the case, I mean, this really changes. This could possibly change a lot of things for characters getting remade also into like different races. I mean, why not? I think we kind of need to look at this from every angle instead of looking at it just looking at it single mindedly. So I mean, this is really, I mean, this is some really good stuff here. I mean, let's see here what. Yeah, because even Roald Dahl came out and said that there was no racism behind the Oompa Loompas. Because yeah, he was definitely pretty much put on trial for people about that. Not actually put on trial, but figuratively. Uh, not figuratively, but you know what I mean, hypothetically or metaphorically. So that's what I'm saying, man. That's pretty much kind of what I have for this discussion. I just really thought this was some interesting, uh, just an interesting bit of literature. I've read this. I actually read this post a few times, to kind of prepare myself for this video about a discussion. So yeah, I mean, if you have like anything to argue against, anything to comment on, you want to stop by and say hi on the comment section below, definitely go ahead and put that in comment, like, and subscribe, whatever you like to do. And I do appreciate posting this video. I'm going to definitely try to put out some more videos. As you can see, I've definitely been busy, so I've been busy putting up videos lately. So I appreciate you being an audience member, everything like that, and I'll see you on the next video.